Okay, you don't have to memorize these matrices right here. So, reflect the triangle ABC across the x-axis. Demonstrate with matrices. So you always write the matrix that you're going to use up here on the left-hand side first. So if we're going to reflect across the x-axis, we're going to use this matrix. So I'm going to write 1, 0, 0, negative 1. And I need to write this ABC as a matrix. This matrix has 2 rows and 3 columns. So if you have a 2 by 2 matrix, you can multiply it by a 2 by 3 matrix because the inside dimensions are the same. So the resultant is going to be the outside matrix. The resultant is going to be 2 by 3. So let's multiply these two. So what you do is you do the first row, first column. So 1 times negative 2 plus 0 times 4. So that's just going to be negative 2. Then I'm going to slide over here. 1 times 1 plus 0 times 6. So that's just 1. Then I do 1 times negative 3 plus 0 times 7. So that's negative 3. Okay, second line. You go through the second column, or second row, and you do the first column. So 0 times negative 2 plus negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. And then 0 times 1 plus negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. And negative 1 times negative, or 0 times negative 3 plus 7 times negative 1 is negative 7. So my new coordinates are A prime is right here, negative 2, negative 4. B prime, I ran out of room, is 1, negative 6. And then write the coordinates for C prime is negative 3, negative 7. Okay, then the next one, rotate about the origin 180 degrees. So again, you write your matrix first on the left-hand side. So I'm going to write the matrix negative 1, 0, 0, 1. Then I'm going to write again my matrix negative 2, 4. Put the x's on the top, the y's on the bottom. And then you're going to graph it. So I'm going to graph the original ones. So negative 2, 4. A, 1, 6, B, negative 3, 7, C. So that's my first, that's called the pre-image. That's my first image. And then I'm going to go through and multiply these. So negative 1, first row, first column. So negative 1 times negative 2 is 2. 2 plus 0 is 2. Second column, negative 1 times negative 1 is negative 1 plus 0. So it's negative 1. Next column, negative 1 times negative 3 is 3 plus 0 times 7, which is 0. Then I'm going to move on to my second row, first column. So 0 times negative 2 is 0 plus 4. So that's 4, and then 0 times 1 is 0 plus 6, and then 0 times negative 3 is 0 plus 7. So I'm going to graph this one. So I do 2, 4. I'm going to have to check the book because I'm just confused because I think that if you maybe I need to check to see if that's right. Because if you rotate something 180 about the origin, something that's right here should be over here. So these coordinates should have been opposites, just like these coordinates were. So I think that this should have been -4, -6, -7 to make it down here in this quadrant. So we'll check on that in class. Alright, and then 43, perform each matrix operation. So you're multiplying. So you do -5 times -1 is 5 plus 0 is 5. Then you do -5 times 3 is -15 plus -8. -15 plus -8 is -23. Then I'm going to go to the second row, first column. 2 times -1 plus 1 times 0 is -2. And then I do second column. 2 times 3 is 6 plus -2 is 4. And the second part is you're multiplying a scalar through, so you just multiply each term by -3. So it's going to be 3, -12, -18, and +3. Make sure you're using matrix symbols too. And then how do you determine when you can add matrices? So you can add matrices that have the exact same dimensions. How do you determine if you can multiply matrices? You need to make sure that, so if you're multiplying a matrix that's A by B, the other matrix has to be B by something else. These two inside dimensions have to be the same. And then the resultant is going to be the outside one. So this is going to have an A by C size matrix.